City of Hammond Board of Public Works and Safety meeting of April 24th, 2014. Roll call. Here. Here. Item 4, approval of the minutes, the meetings of March 27th and April 3rd. Is there a motion to defer? All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Item A, we have a bid opening for a lighting project on Southeastern Avenue from 175th to Columbia. There's 3 bids.
First bid is from Hamberton Davis Electric, P.O. Box 1034, Mishawaka, Indiana. They have their bid bonds. You have their non-inclusion affidavit signed. Their bid is $764,720.20. Next bid is from Midwestern Electric Incorporated, 1620 East Chicago Avenue, East Chicago, Indiana. You have their bid bond. You have their non-inclusion affidavit signed. Their bid is $676,970.70. The final bid is from Hawk Enterprises Incorporated, 1850 East North Street, Crown Point, Indiana. They have their bid bond, and they have their non-inclusion affidavit. Their bid is $730,463.28. I'd like to make a motion these be referred to the consultant engineer for tabulation and recommendation.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Item B, we have a bid award received from Garcia Consulting Engineers, who recommends the California Avenue Reconstruction Project be awarded to the low bidder, which was Reith Riley Construction, for an amount of $969,890. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Item C, we have a request for bid dates of May 1st and 8th with an opening of May 22nd for the Hump Road Reconstruction Project.
I'd like to make a motion that we set those advertising and bid dates.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Motion carries. Item D, we have a change order for the NIPSCO bike trail.
Yeah, it doesn't affect the price. The price stays the same. Those are prior changes. This is a change in time. It gives them additional days to complete the project because of the bad weather. So I'd like to make a motion that we approve change order number 2. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item E, we have proposals for the overlay at 649 Conkey.
We received 3 of them, one from Walsh and Kelly in the amount of $156,700, one from Site Services in the amount of $141,070, and one from Reeve Riley in the amount of $106,780. So I'd like to make a motion that we award the contract to Reeve Riley for that dollar amount.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item F, we have correspondence from Goff requesting the closure of Arkansas and the alley to the west for 2 days, starting on 4/28.
No, we're closing 100. Well, that's not too clear, but I met with them out there.
Oh, okay.
They're actually closing the road on the north side of the park, which is what, 174th? Gatling Park? 175th from Arkansas to the alley to the west.
Got it.
And that'll be closed for a maximum of 2 days. So we can make the water tap.
Is there a motion to approve the closure?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Aye, motion carries. Item G, we have correspondence from Chief Doty requesting the approval of the change of General Order 1404 and some street closures, as well as the retirement of Lieutenant Carney.
Make a motion that we approve Chief Doty's request.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye, motion carries. Item H, we have a hearing on the revocation of the business license for Gold Rush doing business as Duson's LLC doing business as Gold Rush.
Mr. President, I received communication from Attorney Milton Doolin. He is requesting a continuance and asking for continuance to a meeting in June.
And it's okay?
Well, yeah, we'll take care of it in June.
June 5th.
That'd be fine.
June 5th. Item I, we have a hearing for the revocation of the business license at Tobacco Inn. Is there anybody here? I just saw Attorney Murphy.
Yeah, Mr. President, Attorney Murphy's here on this.
He just went
Yeah,
on.
he's sort of meeting with the court or something to talk about. We just maybe push it back until he turns up again?
Very
We'll
good.
just come back to I.
All right, item J.
Oh, wait, no. Do you want us to pass it back a little bit?
No.
Okay.
Morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Mr. Murphy.
I have, if I may approach my appearance, may I?
Yes, please.
Quite frankly, and I don't know how to start this other than I think this is all a big misunderstanding. When my clients first came to me, they said that they had a notice of a business revocation because they put a sign on a fence. And I said, come on, you can't lose your business license for that. And so I agreed to represent them. I contacted the city. I found out that the city has some confusion as to what the sign means, and that apparently that the meaning of the sign may have caused the confusion, and I'm not so sure, but I think that's the case. My client has a tobacco shop on Indianapolis Boulevard. They sell tobacco products. Some of the products that they sell are products to help people stop smoking, and there's a product called 420, and they had a delivery on Saturday of the product, and the vendor put the sign on the fence, and I have, for the Board of Works review, both an invoice for the product for the delivery that day, and if I may approach, I tender this invoice to you. This product, nothing disrespectful, but this is the product, if I may, I'll give one of you, yes, I'll give one to the city attorney. But this is a product that's sold to help people stop smoking. It says 420 on it, it says 420 on the little thing, 420 on the case, 420 on the invoice. When I first spoke to the city attorney, she said, well, you know, that means that the people are encouraging people to smoke pot. And I said, what are you talking about? And I did see something in the Hammond Times saying that in Colorado, people were putting up signs that said 420, and apparently that was the day they legalized marijuana, I think, in that state. So I believe the city thought my client was advertising or advocating the smoking of marijuana, but in reality, it's a product that they sell inside their store. My client did not put the sign on the fence, the vendor did. My client did see it on Monday morning. He had been orally warned before not to put signs on the fence. He knew that when he came in, the manager, not the owner. I have brought with me the president of the company. This is Abraham Solly, the manager of the company, and the employee that was involved at the time of the delivery and when the vendor put the sign on the fence. When the manager came in on Monday morning, he knew that the sign didn't belong on the fence. He was going to immediately remove it. He told me that somebody came in from the city at 11 o'clock and he hadn't had a chance to remove it because it had only been a couple of hours. So we would ask the city to consider dismissing this matter. My client acknowledges he did put a sign, he didn't, the vendor did, put a sign on the fence, but we would hope that the city wouldn't think that would be a reason to revoke a business license. It surely wasn't to advocate the smoking of marijuana. It was for the selling of the product that they legitimately sell in the store.
I believe your client had previous issues and run-ins with the zoning administrator based on inappropriate amounts of signage.
No knowledge.
Okay. Based on city records, that's what we found. Okay, so there was already interaction between your client and the city based on the amount of signage, the placement of signage, and the failure to comply with city codes related to signage. So I don't believe the city went out and revoked their business license based on one sign on a fence. I believe it's because there's been not a chronic problem, but the appearance of something that's becoming a chronic problem. However,
Mr. Lendy, if it is a problem, I could assure you my clients know it. The president of the company now knows it. The manager has discussed with the president the significance of it. Obviously, the president was upset the manager didn't immediately move the sign. I assure you they're not going to be back in front of you again on signs. Once, amongst other things, they had to pay me today to come before you, so I charged them for it, so I don't think they're going to put signs on the fence anymore. And again, it was not them this time. It was the vendor. I do have a witness to testify. And they did see it. They did not timely remove it. They had about an hour and a half or two that they could have removed it before the city came. We would just simply tell you it won't happen again.
Mr. President, perhaps in order so we should be, so the city doesn't appear too harsh on the matter, we could put him on probation. If the signage remains consistent with zoning ordinances, he can remain open.
is the board open to that?
Yes.
Would you make a motion?
I'd like to make a motion that they are put on probation, and if
What period of
signage
time?
problems become a problem, then we will address it later.
Quite honestly, his license will expire June 30th, and so if he should have further violations, that would be grounds for us to deny a new license as of July 1st. So I would suggest we put him on probation through June 30th.
Which we would have no objection to and would appreciate.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much, Mr. Murphy.
May I retrieve the product?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Go ahead, I don't smoke.
Take care. All right. Item J. We have, I suppose that one should have been item J, huh? Item J, we have correspondence from Attorney Matthews advising that he's entering an appearance for Gold Dust Incorporated and requesting a 30-day continuance from today's date so that he can obtain an understanding of the case against the company. Do you have a date in June or May?
May 29th?
May 29th. Item K. We have correspondence from Attorney Golding requesting a continuance of the hearing for 30 days.
We're just trying to get some information from former owner of the property who was HUD that is going to shed a lot of light on how this case is going to come out, frankly. So if we could continue this to your next meeting, we'd appreciate it.
Mr. President, Attorney Golding did send a fax correspondence indicating that they were having trouble getting FOIA information from government agencies.
Next meeting or 30 days? What would you prefer? Next meeting's next week.
Oh, 30 days.
Okay,
I wasn't aware of that, I'm sorry.
that's all right. May 29th?
That's great.
Very good.
Okay. Oh, every Thursday, I didn't know that.
Item L, we have a notice of violation on the property at 446 Mulberry.
This is a illegal two-unit, there's no fire separation. However, at this time, it's related living. The owner, Ms. Connell, has her grandmother living upstairs. We're not going to ask for the removal of that unit at this time, just a deed restriction to be placed, that it can't be rented out in the future and convert to a single family when that changes hands.
You are Ms. Connell?
Yes.
And have you agreed? Apparently you have, you signed it, okay. Very good. Is there a motion to approve the deed restriction?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. There we go. Thanks.
Item M, we have a violation hearing on the property at 243 Oakwood. Anybody here for 243 Oakwood?
Yes, sir. Alan Faulkner on behalf of Mr. Alex Ruiz. Mr. Ruiz was cited, unfortunately for the city. He sold the property in 2005. He has indicated that the water bill is apparently still in his name, which may very well be. He's not paying it, and apparently no one ever switched it over. I would request this be dismissed.
The water bill's been in his, Alex's name since 2002. And it looks, as of this printing, it looks correct.
Mr. President, I did check online with the county records, and they've cited the owner's brother, so they've got the wrong one.
So we need to get proper service in order before we...
Correct. I would suggest to dismiss this action.
Yeah, I was just going to say, is there a motion to dismiss action against Alexander Ruiz?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item N, we have a rental registration hearing for the property at 2944 165th Street. Are you Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Evans, it's your opportunity to explain to the board why you failed to register your rental unit.
Well, we failed because we didn't know it was a rental, for one. We've been living on the property since 1994 and bought the house off the grandmother, and we had no knowledge. I mean, we paid the house off in 2012. We never got a notice for any kind of rental fee or anything until this year, which we immediately brought down here, and it was explained to us by the gentleman downstairs that being that it's a building that's not attached to the house, and there's a tenant that lives there, it's considered. So I immediately paid the $80 fee, and they said, well, by the way, you owe $500 for last year. I'm like, what? You know, but if it's a case of the $80 from last year, we pay that immediately.
So you have two houses on this property, is that
There's
correct?
a house and then a garage apartment, a
So
carriage
you live
house.
in one and you rented out the garage apartment?
We don't rent it out, just family lives there and we're friends, either or. And it's been that way since, I've been on the property since 1994.
So who lives there now?
An elderly gentleman,
Family or friend?
friend.
Does he pay you rent?
No, he just pays the bills because there are separate bills attached to that garage apartment. But it was explained that it's, as long as there's a tenant there, it's considered. I said, okay, fine, I'll pay the rental fee, no problem. But as far as the $500 from last year, we had no idea until this year.
Mr. Evans, have you ever charged rent for the garage apartment?
Never. Family has always lived there, and until 2 years ago when the family moved out.
Mr. Evans, we have a procedure whereby you sign an affidavit that it's a related living and no rent is being charged. If you're not acting in the manner of a landlord, we can waive all the fees. Would you be willing to do that?
Absolutely.
Very good. Is there a motion?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Action's been dismissed pending your signing an affidavit, and you can do that in the basement of City Hall to...
Okay, but we paid the rental fee for this year, the $80, so that's what they advised me downstairs, that would be in your best interest. Okay, well,
You have a remedy for that. If you'd like to go to the third floor afterwards, to the law office, you can fill out a claim for reimbursement.
or not?
Or not.
Okay,
Either way.
okay. So an affidavit I would have to sign downstairs?
Yep.
Get
Okay,
it after the meeting.
okay.
Actually, you can get it right now if you guys want to go down to
That's
the
what I-
basement. You go down to the window at the
Right.
building department office, ask for an affidavit
Right.
or a non-tenant.
Right, I got the paperwork as far as the tenant thing.
Very good.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you
Evans.
very much.
Item O, no, just
Yeah,
once.
so, one just once, okay,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you.
We have specific findings of fact for several properties. Is there a motion to approve?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item P, we have findings of fact for 1325 173rd. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
All in favor? Aye, motion carries. Item R, we have findings of fact for the property at 7221 Tapper. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye, motion carries. Item S.
Make a motion that we approve.
Item S is an award for asbestos abatement for the property at 918 Highland.
Yeah, Mr. President, just for clarification, this is not the demolition. The demolition's already been out, but the asbestos abatement was required due to the age of the building.
The $5,582
Correct.
to the Harbor Group.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the agreement.
All in favor? Aye, motion carries. Item T, we have correspondence from Director Gleason advising a stop sign will be placed at 174th and Walnut for a 90-day trial. Is there a motion to approve that stop sign? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item U, we have several requests for rental registration hearings. You have a date, Mr. Smith?
30 days, is that what you like?
Sure.
I don't care, but, May 29th.
May 29th. Item V, we have correspondence from Councilman Higgs requesting an overlay of 1,000 block of Carroll.
I'd like to make a motion that be forwarded to engineering.
Second.
All in favor? Aye, motion carries. Item W, we have correspondence from Councilman Hinojosa requesting the installation of swings to park on 173rd and Klein. Is there a motion this be referred to Pat Moore at the Park Department?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Motion carries. Item X, we have correspondence from Gatling Plumbing requesting a lane closure on 165th in front of Home Depot.
Yeah, they're gonna be doing the work, on April 28th and April 29th. And then they're gonna have to go out a second time. One is for the sewer connection, and one is for the water connection. The second connection will be, Wednesday, April 30th, with it being repaved no later than May 2nd. So I'd like to make a motion that we approve the digging request for Gatling Plumbing and a lane closure.
Second.
All in favor? Aye, motion carries. Y, we have several, item Y, we have several garage sale permits.
Make a motion that we approve the garage sale permits.
Second.
All in favor? Aye, motion carries. Item 6, is there any matters from board members?
Yeah, we have two matters. One is the award for the recycling. We had three bidders. The lowest bidder decided to pull his bid. So we would consider going with the second low bidder, which is Republic Services. So we need a motion to approve the selection of Republic, and then we need a motion to sign the contract that we're gonna go along with.
Why don't you make it the same motion?
It should be two separate motions, I think.
I'd like to make a motion that we choose Republic as the vendor,
As the lowest responsive and responsible bidder.
the lowest responsible bidder.
And I'll second that.
All in
motion.
favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Is there a motion to execute the contract?
I'll make a motion that we execute the contract with Republic.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Is there any other matters from board members?
Yes. We have an agreement here with Bose, McKinney, and Evans. They're going to be doing work that has to do with the rental registration program for the city of Evans. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the agreement.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Any other matters?
Today is Bob Lindy's last Board of Works meeting. He will be leaving us, so I'd like to congratulate him and wish him well.
Thank you very much.
We're not clapping because you left.
All right, is there any new or old business? Board would like to recognize Councilwoman at Large Janet Benez. Thank you for attending our meetings. Public expression, the meeting's now open to the public. Anybody from the public that wants to address the board, it's your opportunity to do so. Last chance.
Didn't get on the agenda, but I'm a license holder for Four Seasons Plumbing and Sewer. We need to close a road, and I have basically the proposal to tap a water main for the village, to tap a water main, excavate the street. Should be down for about 1 day.
What street?
Elm Street. I have a drawing here if you guys want.
Will there be any loss of service to the residents of 149?
Shouldn't be.
So you're only closing Elm. It looks like
Correct.
you keep 149th open.
Right.
And it's for 1 day?
Yeah, it's for 1 day. We're gonna have it backfilled and up running. And
What's the tentative date?
I don't know at this point because it depends. As soon as you guys approve within a week, basically.
Oh, we would approve it today, so what, like a week from today?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna need to call the police non-emergency number on the
Okay.
morning that you close it and tell them that you're gonna be doing the work today and it was approved by the board.
Okay.
Especially if weather changes that or something.
Right.
But we'll approve for Four Seasons Heating, the closure of Elm Street adjacent to 149th Street for next Thursday.
Okay.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Anyone else for public expression?
You kind of leave us something on that. We're gonna need some type of document, so if you're gonna take that back, can you hang around so she can make a copy of that? Yeah, we need something for the file. Thank you.
Morning, gentlemen. I represent a power sports shop in Hammond, Indiana, Extreme Power Sports off of Kennedy, 167th Street. I'm the parts manager up there, and I'm actually trying to put a motorcycle show together, like a show and shine. And I just want to know if we can get part of 167th closed, from the block where it starts, to the alley, just so we can park some motorcycles there. And we're
From Kennedy to the alley east?
I got a map right here.
The south side of your property?
Yes, I got a map right here.
Mr. President, do we have a date? Would this be like May 3rd or something? June 7th. Oh, okay. June 7th. It might be warm, but.
Yes.
Extreme
Yes.
Motorsports? I think they've done this before, right?
Yeah, they've done this in the past. We're just looking to do from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., just during when store hours are open.
So they're gonna close 167th Street from Kennedy Avenue to the first alley,
Yep.
east of there.
Yes.
On June 7th from 1
Yes.
to 4?
Yes, and
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Thank
thanks,
you.
guys.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else for public expression? Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.